Hello, everybody. This video is probably not for everybody. This is people from the YouTube community. So people in the YouTube community will know exactly what I'm talking about. I debated if I should do this video, and actually I planned on doing it this morning before my live. I just didn't. I just didn't do it. So I debated some more if I should still do it, and I'm going to do this. So I have an opinion as a sub. I do have my own YouTube channel, but I'm subscribed to a bunch of channels in the YouTube community. I do love watching, and I do like enjoying their content most of the time. So, as some of you guys know, I say this constantly. I'm not picking sides. I'm not picking sides. Okay. If y'all want to have a beef and go between each other, I'm not picking sides. But I'm going to tell you and explain one of the reasons why I don't pick sides, why I'm not making judgment, and get a viewpoint from a sub. Okay, someone who wants to go into chats and just enjoy themselves. The first question I want to ask everybody is: even before you started your YouTube channel, what was your reason? Why did you join YouTube? Right? What made you want to stay with YouTube and start your own channel? And it was to have fun. For some of us, this is when we have our downtime and our quiet time. We come in here to be able to enjoy ourselves and kick back and relax and just chit chat with others. And it's kind of surprising through some of the people that you meet in YouTube, and that you build some friendships and maybe some bonds. And you guys have to understand that a lot of us, not so much myself, but some of us that come on here, some of the subs that come on here are disabled. They're not able to leave their homes for whatever reasons. So their only outlet to be able to socialize and build some of those bonding friendships are through YouTube. Okay, because they can't get out and enjoy the fresh air and just walk out the door like they would, because they're kind of bounded at home. And so you got to think how that makes them feel, getting in the middle of all this and watching all these different type of things unfold, right? So I was thinking, how did all this drama start? Okay, and how does it get so far out of hand? All right, and how does it affect other YouTubers? So for one, I want a lot of you YouTubers to remember the days when you first started, okay, and what enjoyment that made you see, and how did it make you feel to always watch people that you liked watching and care about all of a sudden start arguing? Okay, so I just want you to look from the outside back in and how you started in your beginning days. All right, so now let's go on from there. I decided never to pick sides. There's a few times I wanted to. There's a few times I even thought about it, and I decided not to. And this is kind of the reason why. Let me point out how I view how these people started all arguing and carrying on. All right. So let's say if you have channel A, B, C, and D. So let's name them. All right. So I think it'd probably be a little easier if you put names to them. So like, let's see, A for Abigail, B for Bertha, C for Cam, D for Derek. Okay. Hopefully I remember their names when I go. So at one point, they were all in one big family, all in one big circle. And oh, all connected. Everything was all together in one round circle. Abigail decides to have her own channel, okay? And which is great. Everybody in that circle supported them. B decided to have that channel. Bertha made her own channel too, and then everybody decided to support them. Okay? So Abigail and Bertha have their own channels now, and they have everybody watching them. They all came from the same circle, so they all have the same kind of subscribers. And then from there, we ended up having Cam and then Derek. So, and then they're all from the same circle, right? They're all from the same circle, the same type of people, all from the same circle that kind of all branched off, okay? Now, A gets offended by somebody. Abigail ends up getting offended by something Bertha said. All right. So Abigail decides to go on her page and say why Bertha offended them. Bertha is like, no, they didn't. I can't believe they said that about me. So Bertha then has to say something about what Abigail said. Abigail's like, oh, hell no. She did not just go there. Now, in the meantime, their subscribers are watching us unfold and they don't want to pick sides. They don't want to pick sides. All right. But what happens is if Abigail's mad at Bertha and is like, and how could you not be mad at Bertha too? I just don't understand this. I feel like you're betraying me, but you don't have to pick sides. But they feel like they have to. Bertha's like, oh, go ahead, pick him. I don't care. You know, I don't know how you can pick Abigail anyways, because what she did to me first, she started this. All right. Now you have Cam and Derek. All right. And they decide, oh, yeah, well, you know what else they said? This is what I saw. And they have to make their opinion about both of them. So then now Abigail and Bertha are now mad at Cam. All right. So now they're going against Cam because Cam went against them. So now temporarily Abigail and Bertha are friends again. Why? Because now they have a mutual hate, which is Cam. Cam is speaking their truth and by mistake slipped and said something innocently about Abigail. Abigail's all mad again and now doesn't like Cam or Bertha because they betrayed them somehow by saying something, misspoke something, or whatever the case may be. All right. So now they say something, and now these people need to say something. And in between time, you have the subs. You have different kinds of subs. All right. Subscribers. You have the kind who are not going to pick sides, but now they feel torn because even though they're told they don't have to pick sides, they judge you if you don't pick a side. Okay. You must be one of those people that are playing both sides. And then you have those people that really do play both sides. They're like, oh, let me send you this screenshot to Abigail. Let me send this screenshot to Bertha. All right. And to Cam and to Derek. And they screenshot everything and videotape everything and send their little view and portion of that to each person. And now they have those clips and those screenshots that the sub sent them that get them riled up. And then when they get riled up, they have to prove with this one, what Abigail did to Bertha and what Bertha said to Abigail. Okay. Then it keeps going back and forth, and this goes on for months. And each time it goes on, one has to outdo the other one because that one hurt them. So they have to outdo the other one. And then it comes to the point that they've gone to each other so much that they just start saying things I normally wouldn't say and say things they wouldn't do. Okay. They're so beyond upset. They're all based on emotion. And the reason is some of the reason, not all of it, some of the reasons is because some, not all, of the subs had got in the middle of it. Okay. Because of course you can understand why they would. They want to defend their friends. They want to defend at the person that they support and that they watch. So if you support them and you watch them and you start to get that bond with that Abigail or that Bertha or that Cam or that Derek, you're going to defend them and you're going to get blinded by some of the things that they do wrong. Okay. Or you forgive them easily. So now you have those that go and chat and they egg it on. Tell them this. Well, this is what happened there. You know what I'm saying? So it gets them going like, oh my God, you're right. You're right. Yeah. How dare they do this to me? And it seems like I'm blaming all the subscribers, but I'm really not. I'm truly not. Okay. This is my viewpoint of a subscriber on how I see some things, how they go. And I can understand why Abigail's upset. I can understand why Bertha's upset. I can understand why Cam's upset and even Derek's upset because they're all hurting each other. Every single one of them have to have the last word and have to be the one on top. So each time they say something a little worse and a little worse. And then they say to each other, that's it. I'm saying this for the last time. I'm not saying it again. I'm saying what I have to say, and then it's ended on my part. So now you just know Abigail just talked smack about Bertha and said, this is the last time I'm saying something about something about Bertha. And now Bertha's like, well, I can't believe Abigail just said this about me. She's saying it's the last time, but she's going to say something again. This is what she said. Now Abigail's back saying, I know I said it was going to be the last time, but I cannot believe what Bertha just came out with. How dare her bring up something that happened 6 months ago that was already squashed? And then you have Derek and Cam doing the same exact thing. They're picking sides, okay? And they can't believe this one said this one, so now they're on this team and that team, and they bounce back and forth. You can't even keep up who's mad at who at what time. So now what's happening is building up more and more and more and more. So now this one over here makes a racial slur, so everybody's mad at them. So they all leave them and go to them. So say if it was Abigail who said it. Abigail said that racial slur first. So now everybody's upset with Abigail except for those few people that's going to stick with her. And they all go to the other side. And now the other side says it. And they're like, oh, no, they didn't. I cannot believe it. And then they all go back to the other side. So now you have people saying about Abigail, oh, she just slipped, she made a mistake. But how dare Bertha say the exact same thing I did, just worded it differently? They're the racist. All right. And then Bertha's like, how could I say anything about me being racist when they are racist? They said it first. And you have their subscribers from Abigail's and the subscribers from Bertha who can forgive their friend that did it from that channel. They can forgive Abigail, but they can't forgive Bertha. They can't forgive Bertha because Abigail's mad at them, and vice versa. And then they call them hateful names back and forth, back and forth. And it ends up coming to the point where who's the right one, who's the wrong one, because y'all had to over speak each other. Y'all had to try to get to get the last little niche in, the last little word in, the last little punch in. And what ends up happening, right? What ends up happening? Y'all end up being in the wrong. Y'all said hateful things. Y'all had to overtop each other, so you had to go dig deeper. You had to all sides had to say things about people's looks, about people's sexual orientations, or maybe what race they are. And they said this all out of anger, but who's worse than the other one? They're all wrong. It doesn't matter who started it. And it doesn't matter who finishes it either, because at the end you all lose. Who wins? Who wins this fight? All over something simple that could have been squashed, but it can't happen because that would affect your ego. And this is my opinion only. Affect your ego because your feelings were hurt, so you had to hurt their feelings. And that person had to hurt their feelings. And then that person had to return and hurt their feelings. And it goes back and forth until that ego turns into hurt, turns into hate, and then turns into anger. Now all parties are angry at each other. All of them are saying, I'm still not going to make you pick sides, but I don't like you and trust you anymore because you don't defend me, you don't pick my side. So that must mean that you agree with what they say. Maybe some subscribers don't pick sides because we think you're all wrong. You all made mistakes. You all said horrible things to each other. So who's wrong? Who's the better person? Your Abigail talks about Bertha, and Bertha talks about Abigail, about how that one's mean, how that one's being a bully, while the other one's saying the same exact things, just different names and words to it. You're all wrong. Who wins? Nobody wins. Everybody is a loser in this situation. Nobody wins. Nobody wins at the end of the day. Everybody leaves with their tail between their legs, hurt and embarrassed some days because they said things they normally wouldn't say or feel. You know, because somebody had to outdo the next one. Because they hurt me and I have to prove how they hurt me and I have to prove how they're wrong. The next one, they hurt me. I have to prove how they hurt me and have to prove how they're wrong. Two wrongs do not make a right. We learned that when we were little. So when everybody's bickering back and forth about how much they all hate each other and how horrible they look and what race they are or what their sexual orientation might be, from the outside looking in, you guys are accusing each other as being the hateful ones or the bullies, and you guys are nipping back and forth. Maybe you guys are all the bullies. Maybe you guys are all the wrong ones. Maybe you guys are all saying they're horrible things. Who wins? Nobody. Because you all turn into the same entity that you say you hate. All of you guys. And I know that sounds horrible, and I know some of the subscribers I absolutely love and adore are probably upset with me saying, how dare she say this about me? But I'm just going to speak what a lot of people think they're just afraid to, because they're afraid you're going to hurt your feelings. Because at the end of the day, though, I'm still going to support you. You want to know why? Because I know in your heart that you're a good person and that you can't, I can't judge you for what you said if the other person said the exact same thing that you said that you didn't like. So why would I pick a side? Which one's in the right? Which one's in the wrong? You're all in the wrong. So why would I pick one side? Why would I pick one side when you guys are all at fault? Some people are going to lose out on some great YouTubers I really used to enjoy. But you can only take so much hate in your heart. You don't want to listen to that. You don't want to hear it day in and day out, day in and day out for months. Months. This is ridiculous. Months. Why can't you guys just ignore it? You guys also accuse each other of not having content. That's why you got to keep it going. You guys are both saying the same things. If you go back and listen to each other, you guys say the same things, just use different words. You guys both accuse each other of the exact same things. You guys are all doing the exact same things. We all have somebody in our community over hate get jumped, who's in a coma right now, who's had to have heart surgery because of a stalker and because of somebody that hates going back and forth for so long. And they made it real life. I have another YouTuber I watch that's now having stalker things happen to them, and it's progressively getting worse. Why? Why all that hate? Why does everybody have to outbeat the last one, the next one? Because we all started watching you because of we liked you, not because you can overtop the other one. We watched you for you. And you guys know, and you've even said it, that your biggest numbers is when there's drama. But is that kind of person that you remember and want to be respected as a drama channel? And I'm not saying about Abaco or Bertha or about Cam or about Derek. I'm saying all of you, because y'all are insisting you're not drama channels, but every single one of you all turned into drama channels. And if that's not what you want, take it back, change it. Walk to the beat of your own drum. Remember that old saying, sticks and stones might break my bones, but names will never hurt me. They do hurt you. They do affect you. You know, right? They do affect you. But at the end of the day, does Abigail really matter to you? They're not the one you lay in bed with at night. They're not your kids that you kiss at night. Does Bertha really affect you that much? They're not the one you lay in bed with every night. They're not the kids you kiss goodnight every night. They're not. They're just another YouTuber. They're just another circle in that community. All right, so anyways, I have rambled on for the longest time. I don't even know if anybody's ever going to watch this whole thing. And I'm just a small YouTuber. Nobody really watches anyways. So if I offended anybody, I'm sorry. But it's really, truly in my heart that at this point, every single one of you are wrong. Everybody in the whole entire circle. And you've already seen people in our YouTube community that have gotten hurt and their property has gotten hurt. And you hear about this all the time. And you keep thinking it's not going to happen to you, but what if it does? Why are you letting it affect you? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We all come in here at the same time. We should be enjoying ourselves. Anyways, I'm going to now play a video that I did, a community YouTube clip of tarot reading that I did at the end of my life today. And I hope you guys enjoy your day. And I hope you all just ignore each other, because at the end of the day, y'all are wrong. And a lot of your sorries are empty. And the reason why I say that sounds hurtful, I think you mean it at the time, but you don't mean it fully if the next day you're just going to go back on your word and make sure you overstep the last thing that you just said you had apologized for before. Does that make sense? And that goes across the board. Like, I'm not picking anybody that I think is more right or more wrong, because I think you guys are all equal on the wrong scale. And on the right scale, because some of you guys have very good reason to defend yourself too. But when's it going to stop? Right? Who's going to give in and stop? Is this going to keep continuing on? Is this the ego to hurt, to anger, to what's next? What's next? Something to think about. For today, so I'm going to do one reading for the collective, for the community. I figured with everything going on lately in the YouTube streets, been so much drama, so much chaos going on. I just wanted to do a reading for the community as a whole. And hopefully there's some healing in these cards for it, because it's been a little wonky. It's been a wild ride lately, right? And a lot of us want it all to end and bring back the love and peace that it's meant to be, right? So let's see how the YouTube community itself is going to go. Oh, here she comes again. Oh, okay. See, these cards fell out. This is the Lover's card in reverse, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. So basically what it's saying is that the love that we had for the community and in YouTube. Oh, here comes the kitty. All right, kitty, you gotta get down, honey. So what this is saying is that the community as a whole, I'll pull a couple more cards too. The community as a whole, the love isn't there right now, right? We all know this. There's been so much drama going on, so much chaos going on, that look at all the fighting. All the fighting is a losing battle. Nobody's winning. All right, these cards are in reverse. I know they show them upright, but these cards are in reverse. All right, the love is not there. The fighting is not worth it. Nobody's gonna win in this situation. It's a lose situation. So let me pull a couple more. All right, and this is what was underneath that just popped up here. So I'll leave this out. Okay, that means people need to move away from the situation. And the thing is, people are gonna move away from your channels too, from some of this. But let me pull a couple more. This is a stupid minor battles, and you feel like you got to keep defending yourself, right? See, this is loss. This is loss of a good thing, of the benefits that you thought you would get out of this. All right. Queen of Pentacles. And that's a loss. This is saying that in the end, everything will end up working out okay and turning out all right for the end. But the thing is, see, some people, the loss, nobody won this battle. No sides are winning. Somebody needs to give up. Somebody needs to give up because all it's doing is hurting each and every single one of you. So everything will be okay in the end. At the end, um, I see everything going to work out and it's still going to continue. I mean, YouTube's going to be there no matter what. But this ended up being a waste of energy. Honestly, nobody win. Everybody lost. Everybody. Every single person lost. And so even though YouTube's going to be okay and it's going to come out on top, no matter what, the community's going to keep on push on going. That this, honestly, this whole entire drama and arguing, carrying on, and everybody has to try to overdo the next one, going back and forth, is literally for no reason at all. There's going to be no solution at the end. Loss is lost. Everybody's ended. All right. The battle was lost. And that's coming from both sides. Nobody won. Nobody won. It wasn't worth it. Some people had to move on. Some people had to move on, and that's why. And they're going to just go on and find other channels and find their happy place. Some people are still going to be there. Some people are not, and then you're going to have to rebuild and rebrand all over again. And that's going all around, all across the board. Okay, so this ain't a particular person, party, or channels, because this has affected everybody. This has affected the channels. This has affected the subs. Everybody keeps moving, shifting around, trying to find their happy place because nobody's happy across the board, and it ends up becoming a big loss. And then at some point, it needs to stop. All right, you all. So thank you for everybody who stayed at the end to support me. I love you all.